What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and today we are going to be talking about some PlayStation 4 sales numbers that kind of rolled in over the Thanksgiving holiday that were actually really impressive. So pretty much, if you didn't hear, the PlayStation 4 has officially sold 30.2 million units since its launch about 2 years ago, which is very impressive. And just to put that into perspective, the PlayStation 2, which was previously the best-selling PlayStation console of all time, sold about 30 million units within that time frame, about 2 years. So that's, if you can't do the math, 200,000 more units than the PlayStation 2 had at this same point in its life cycle, which is extremely impressive. But for the most part, it was kind of expected. It's just like whenever you eat 7 plates of macaroni and cheese and sweet potato casserole, you're going to expect to gain 5 pounds after Thanksgiving. Obviously, this means that the PlayStation 4 has sold better than the Xbox One and the Wii U, especially the Wii U. The Xbox One is catching up and it is doing better, but still the PlayStation 4 has dominated, and I can think of several reasons why. Number one, it had a very strong launch. The PlayStation 4 launched extremely well, and the Xbox One was kind of tinkering along there, and for the most part, the PlayStation 4 won that year. Additionally, it has a lot more exclusives than the PlayStation 3 did at this point in its life cycle, you know, comparing them. A couple of the ones that come to mind are Killzone Shadowfall, which was a launch title, Infamous Second Son, which was kind of a second year title, you know, it was right in between there, and then you had stuff earlier this year like the Order 1886, which, although it wasn't very well received because it was a short game, it was still a great game. And then you have stuff like Bloodborne that people are still raving about later on in the year. And in general, the exclusives the PlayStation is offering for this generation are a lot better than the ones that the PlayStation 3 was offering 2 years into its life cycle. And of course, PlayStation has done so well with branding this time around. Like, it's absolutely blowing my mind how well they're doing with branding. For instance, the number one example that comes to mind is Star Wars Battlefront. They have done so well locking down that branding that whenever I think about Battlefront, I associate it with PlayStation 4 just because they've done so much marketing alongside EA and DICE and Star Wars Battlefront as a whole. Even though it's out on the PC and Xbox One, it's still just associated in my brain and a lot of other people's brains with the PlayStation brand. Now, Microsoft has done something similar with Rise of the Tomb Raider and the Tomb Raider brand, and they have kind of successfully done that. Whenever I think about Tomb Raider, I think about Xbox One, but at the same time, Star Wars for PlayStation, Tomb Raider for Microsoft, who's gonna win that one, do you think? What's really going to be interesting is to see how virtual reality that's coming early next year is going to affect the PlayStation brand, because obviously PlayStation VR is going to launch sometime in 2016. There's no real date that's been nailed down, but at the same time, how is it going to change it? I can think of two ways that it's going to go, because obviously you've got stuff like the Oculus Rift that is going to get pretty big on PC as time goes on, but at the same time, is the PlayStation 4 strong enough and is the hardware powerful enough to run something like PlayStation VR? So if they can do it right, and if they can get the hardware to run really well, then it could potentially change the entire PlayStation universe from this point forward. Or it could be kind of like a PlayStation Move / Virtual Boy kind of thing, and just have a select group of people that uses it and then it drops off after a while. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that one turns out. Ultimately, what it comes down to is that with that 30.2 million units sold number being released in the last week or so, it just deserves a pat on the back. PlayStation has done extremely well with the branding, with the games, with the PlayStation 4 as a whole, and that's something that should be admired. And what it comes down to, whether you're on the Xbox side of this generation or the PlayStation 4 side of this generation, if you do want to think about it like that, it's that people are buying these things and more gamers are coming into our ecosystem, and that's awesome, because nothing is wrong with watching gaming grow and become more popular of a pastime, because it's something that you're passionate about. If you're watching these videos, it's something that I'm certainly passionate about just because of how much I love gaming and always have. And so whether it's growing on the PC front, Xbox front, Wii U front, I don't care. As long as gamers are still playing games, I'm a happy camper. So there you guys have it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to share it with your social media or drop a like down below so I know you guys did enjoy it. And if you have a comment, what do you think about that 30.2 million PlayStation 4 number going around the internet? Do you think that is a pretty significant number? Have you bought a PlayStation 4 yourself? Or if you were given the opportunity to do so, would you purchase one? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And if you are new to the channel or you've never seen any of my other content, be sure to head over there and check out some of those other videos, because I do upload new stuff like 3 or 4 days a week. week depending on the week, so there's always something new on the channel when you drop by to watch some videos. And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.